All right, let's see how sharp you really are. Today, we're entering one of the most fascinating and sometimes dangerous corners of collecting. Autographed memorabilia, a signed baseball, a movie poster covered in signatures, a handwritten note from someone famous, an autographed album, photograph, jersey, or book. But here's the problem. Is the signature genuine? Does authentication guarantee it? And does adding a famous autograph always make something more valuable? Some of the answers may surprise you. 10 questions. No hints, no second chances. I'll give you the statement. You decide, fact or fiction, think fast, trust your instincts, and keep score because this one gets tricky. Ready? Let's test your knowledge. Question 1. Here's your first statement. An autograph from a famous person will always make an item more valuable. The answer is fiction. A famous autograph can dramatically increase an item's desirability, but it does not automatically increase its value in every situation. Collectors consider much more than the name. They may look at the authenticity of the signature, its condition, placement, appearance, rarity, and the object that was signed. Context can be especially important. A famous athlete signing an important piece of equipment associated with their career may be considerably more desirable than the same athlete signing an unrelated piece of paper. There can even be situations where adding a signature to an otherwise pristine collectible changes how certain collectors view the item's originality. The lesson? A famous signature and a valuable collectible are not automatically the same thing. Question 2. Next statement. A certificate of authenticity automatically proves that an autograph is genuine. The answer is fiction. This is one of the most important lessons for anyone entering the autograph market. A certificate of authenticity, often called a COA, is only as credible as the person or organization issuing it. Anyone can potentially print a document and call it a certificate. Collectors therefore need to investigate who performed the authentication, what methods were used, and whether the certificate can be independently verified. Established authentication services may maintain certification numbers, databases, tamper-evident labels, or other records that allow collectors to verify an item. But even professional authentication is generally an expert opinion based on available evidence, not a magical guarantee. So never judge an autograph simply because a piece of paper beside it says, authentic. Investigate the evidence behind the claim. Question 3. Let's continue. Two genuine signatures from the same celebrity can look noticeably different from each other. The answer is fact. Signatures are not computer fonts. People don't reproduce their autograph with perfect mechanical precision every time they sign something. A person's signature can change depending on their age, writing instrument, signing surface, physical position, speed, and circumstances. Imagine signing your name carefully while sitting at a desk. Now imagine signing it while standing in a crowd with 50 people waiting behind you. The results could look very different. Some celebrities also develop shortened or rushed versions of their signatures when signing large numbers of items. That's one reason autograph authentication can be complicated. Experts are not simply asking, does this look exactly like another signature? They may examine characteristics such as letter formation, spacing, rhythm, pressure, flow, and known variations from different periods. Question 4. Pay attention to this one. If you personally watch a celebrity sign an item, provenance about that signing can still matter later. The answer is fact. Imagine you meet a famous actor today and watch them sign a photograph directly in front of you. For you, the autograph's origin is obvious. But what happens 20 years later? Or 50? What happens when the item is inherited, sold, or auctioned? The next owner wasn't standing beside you. This is where provenance becomes valuable. Photographs of the signing, event tickets, receipts, correspondence, documented ownership history, and other supporting evidence can help establish the story of how an autograph entered a collection. Strong provenance can become especially important when historically significant memorabilia changes hands. In collecting, documentation helps transform "I know this is real" into "Here is the evidence explaining where it came from." Question 5. We're halfway there. A genuine autograph can sometimes be worth less because of where the person signed the item. The answer is fact. Where an autograph appears can influence its desirability. Imagine two identical photographs signed by the same celebrity. On one, the signature is clearly visible across an uncluttered area. On the other, the celebrity signs across a dark section of the image where the ink is almost impossible to see. Both signatures could be completely genuine, but collectors may prefer the cleaner, more visually attractive example. Placement can matter on sports equipment, books, posters, photographs, trading cards, and many other collectibles. Collectors may also consider the type and color of ink, contrast against the background, and whether the signature interferes with important artwork or imagery. In autograph collecting, authenticity establishes what something is. Presentation can influence how desirable it becomes. Question 6. Let's raise the difficulty. A signature produced by an autopen can closely resemble a genuine hand-signed autograph. The answer is fact. Now we're entering more difficult territory. An autopen is a machine capable of reproducing a stored signature pattern. This means an autograph can appear remarkably convincing while not actually having been individually signed by the famous person. Autopen signatures have historically been used by politicians, celebrities, and other public figures who receive enormous amounts of correspondence. Collectors therefore sometimes compare suspected examples with known autopen patterns. Repeated signatures that appear extraordinarily similar can raise questions. But autopen isn't the only complication. Collectors may encounter printed signatures, stamped signatures, secretarial signatures, and other forms of reproduction. That's why identifying how a signature was created can be just as important as identifying the name it represents. Question 7. This one catches people off guard. An autograph can be genuine even if the famous person whose name appears on it never personally signed it. The answer is fiction, if we mean a genuine personal autograph. This statement plays with an important distinction. Historically, assistants and secretaries sometimes sign correspondence on behalf of famous individuals. These are often known as secretarial signatures. The document itself may be completely authentic. It may genuinely have come from the celebrity's office. It might even have been sent with that person's authorization. But if another person physically wrote the signature, collectors generally distinguish that from an autograph personally executed by the named individual. That distinction can have an enormous effect on collectability and value. So when evaluating signed memorabilia, don't ask only, "Is this document genuine?" Ask, who actually made the signature? Question 8. Stay focused. The material an autograph is written on can eventually damage or alter the signature itself. The answer is fact. Autographs don't exist independently of their environment. Ink, paper, photographs, plastics, fabrics, and other materials can all age differently. Exposure to ultraviolet light can cause some inks to fade. Heat and humidity can accelerate deterioration. Poor quality storage materials may contribute to discoloration or chemical changes. Certain signatures on glossy surfaces may also be vulnerable to smearing, abrasion, or poor adhesion. And remember, preservation isn't just about the signature. The object carrying the signature matters too. A beautifully preserved autograph on a badly deteriorating photograph isn't an ideal outcome. For valuable memorabilia, collectors should think about the entire preservation environment: light, temperature, humidity, handling, storage materials, and physical protection. Question 9. Almost there. A forgery can sometimes fool experienced collectors simply because the signature looks extremely convincing. The answer is fact. A sophisticated forgery isn't necessarily a badly written imitation. Some forgers study genuine signatures extensively. They may examine letter shapes, proportions, historical signing styles, and examples from specific periods. Modern reproduction technologies create additional challenges. That's why serious authentication may involve more than simply comparing the overall appearance of two signatures. Authenticators may consider writing characteristics, ink behavior, the underlying object, provenance, historical consistency, and other evidence. And there is an important lesson here. Confidence is not authentication. Something can look convincing, it can have a convincing story, it can come with impressive-looking paperwork, and it can still deserve further investigation. For collectors, healthy skepticism is protection. Question 10. This is the final question, and it's the one that surprises most people. A perfectly genuine autograph can potentially become suspicious simply because the story attached to it is historically impossible. The answer is fact. And this reveals one of the most fascinating principles of authentication. An autograph isn't evaluated in isolation. Imagine an item supposedly signed at an event that took place after the celebrity had died. Impossible. Or perhaps the object itself wasn't manufactured until years after the claimed signing date. Again, something doesn't add up. Maybe the type of photograph, jersey, book edition, logo, material, or other physical characteristic doesn't match the period described by the seller. This is why provenance and historical research can be incredibly powerful. Sometimes the signature itself may appear convincing, but the object, timeline, or story surrounding it exposes the problem. Authentication, therefore, becomes a puzzle. The signature is one piece, the object is another, the provenance is another, the historical timeline is another, and when all those pieces agree, confidence becomes stronger. When they contradict one another, that's when collectors should start asking questions. All right, how did you do? Drop your score in the comments. And be honest, did the autograph questions catch you out? 8 or more? You clearly know your memorabilia. 10 out of 10? You may already be thinking like an authenticator. Less than that? Now you know something many collectors discover the expensive way. A signature alone doesn't tell the whole story. Authentication, provenance, condition, history, and context, they can all matter. If you enjoyed the challenge, hit like, subscribe, and share this with another collector. And come back for the next Collectiblepedia Fact or Fiction Challenge. Because every collectible has a story, but the smartest collectors learn how to verify it. Until next time, keep collecting, keep questioning, and keep learning with Collectiblepedia.